Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors, Financial Freedom Wealth Management Group. For all your retirement financial needs, go to financialfreedomwmg.com. And All About Your Construction. For all your residential construction needs in Lebanon, Oregon, and surrounding areas, call 541-570-1059. Good morning. Just grooving to that music. You know, I got to say that there's a lot of exciting things today, like my wonderful guest, Dorothy, is here on her birthday. Whoop, whoop. So we'll talk about that. Happy birthday, Dorothy. Also, my son and daughter-in-law are coming to visit today. And so I am so excited about that. And that wonderful music I was grooving to, I've told you before, my son writes and produces all of that. And so he's amazing. So I appreciate him so much. But where are you? You are at Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie this morning. That's right. It's an exciting morning. You know, a lot of you here in the U.S. have the day off because it's a holiday, the day after 4th of July here. So it's the observed holiday today. So I hope you're resting, enjoying your family and friends. No matter where you are, I hope you're having a blessed day because, you know, we are all about family and connection here and friends. And so today I just want to remind you that I'm Russ Hedge. I'm an inspiration specialist. I'm a coach. I'm a motivational speaker. I love people. I love to connect. And if you want to connect with me, just go to russhedge.com. That's right. russhedge.com. It's that easy. All of my connection links are there. You can go to my social media, to my email, to my phone number. You can even schedule time right on my calendar to meet with me. I would love to connect with you today. So if you have not connected, please do that. I am just so excited. We've already got people in the house. That's it. Usama is in the house. Woo! All right, I don't do that as good as he does. But anyway, he is here already. And he's giving a big woot woot this morning. Wow. Yes, he is such a great guy. Thanks for all the comments this morning. We have Luke in the house. That's it. Luke Jean Luis. Love that guy out of New York. What a great connector. So super excited. We're getting excited already. But you know what? We need to just jump right to things and bring Dorothy in because it's her birthday. We may just have to sing her happy birthday. There she is. Woo-hoo!
Oh,
happy birthday.
Lord. Thank you so much, Russ. You have definitely energized my soul this morning. Let me tell you.
Well, this is my time.
8 where you are. It's 11 o'clock my time. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you allowing me to come on your show today. And I appreciate all our amazing listeners that are here already.
Well, you know, it's great. I appreciate them as well. And, you know, I am so thankful that you were willing to come on your birthday because, you know, I mean, you have family and friends to celebrate with, but you're here to start your celebration with us. Well, maybe not start because it's 11 o'clock your time. But, you know, it's interesting. This morning I was talking to my beautiful wife and daughter, and they were joking around because I'm such a morning guy and get moving. My daughter was saying by the time she wakes up, I've already, you know, gone out and walked 5 miles. I've done 2 live shows. I've already been up, had breakfast, had 5 bottles of water, and she was just, kind of overdoing it a smidge. But she was laughing because I have lived half the day by the time she wakes up, because that's what I love to do. So anyway,
So
here we
true.
go. Ready?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Come on. Happy birthday, dear Dorothy. Ba 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 boom. Happy birthday to you. Whoop whoop. There you go. Happy
Oh,
birthday.
thanks, Russ. You're amazing.
So listen, we have not a lot of time, so I'm going to be quiet now and let you talk and tell everybody about all that you're up to, because I know the amazing things you're doing. Give us a snapshot into your life. Here we go.
Okay, so there is just so much. So I am an author as well. I wrote the book, The Overcomer, Facing Challenges with Faith and Courage, which you can either see on Amazon, or I actually officially, as of today, have a website. And my website is www.unstoppableovercomers.com. And you can purchase it off there today as well. And I share my life story of how I have overcoming bullying, low self-esteem, abusive relationships, and just really and family trauma. There has been so much unpacked in my 45 years of life that it's sometimes overwhelming, but that's why I surround myself with amazing people such as yourself. Learn to put a self-care program into place. And with that being said, I now also the Overcomer Coach, where I help men and women overcome their obstacles and really get past what's stopping them from the life they want, from surviving to thriving, putting that fun back into their lives. Because for years, it was like one step after the other. And I learned to have fun along the way, because if you're not having fun, what's the point of doing it? Just my thing. And self-care. Thank you so much. I love that. Putting together a self-care program in place that is really helpful for you, because a lot of people say, oh, why don't you just go take a bath? I'm not a bath type person. So I help you find out what it is that you like and put those things in place. So I not only have a one-on-one coaching program, I also have, as July 29th is the official start day for the 10-week course of Unstoppable You, which is to take a deep dive into your life, find out where you're at, make a roadmap to where you want to be, and help you along the way.
Well, that is incredible. I mean, you've given us so much information there, but I love the overcoming, and I love the fact that you're meeting people where they're at and finding what they need. Like you said, if they're not a bath person, if they don't relax or get aligned in a certain way, you need to find out what that is and help them, because not everybody's the same. And that's one thing I've always said: one size does not fit all. So we need to really take a look. Where are people? What do they need? Some people love my upbeat, and other people are like, settle down. That's enough. Really, truly. I mean, we need to kind of gauge where people are at and the best way to help them. And I just think that's so awesome. When did you actually publish your book?
Okay, so it was published this year, January, I think 28th of this year. It was the final publication, final launch that went out. And I started writing it back when the pandemic first hit. It's funny because I have shared with some friends my life story, and I said, I should write a book about this. And then I thought, well, who's going to read it? And then they said, well, I'll read it. I'm like, okay, so 1 out of 1 billion people in the world are going to read my book. And God kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me and pushing me and saying, hey, people need to hear that they're not alone in their situations, because your situation is not unique. A lot of people go through it, but a lot of people stay stuck in it. And, and I thought, okay, well, when I have time. I work full time. I have to drive 45 minutes to and from work. I have to do all that, plus come home, make dinner for my family. I do it all. And so then God started the pandemic. I'm not blaming him about it, obviously, but the pandemic started. And so he says, well, here's your 45 minutes a day that you can take to start writing your book. I'm like, okay, fine. So it only took me 3 months to write it. That was the easy part. Writing the book is easy. It's getting yourself out there, getting people to know who you are, That's the hard part, in my opinion.
Well, I completely agree. I mean, it doesn't matter even if you're good at that, because I think that with my normal energy, it's easy for me to get myself out there. Maybe sometimes too much, but it is different when you need to do it in the right way. You need to get the information to the right people, and I'm learning every day. Still, I am still trying to figure out exactly how to mold myself into the most helpful. Because I have a servant's heart, want to love and help people and get out there, and I want to do it in the best way possible. And you're all constantly working on that. And so I think what's great for you, because you definitely have that heart too, that what's best for you is that you got out there and you started, you move forward. You didn't really, I mean, at first you were thinking, when I have time, because you're amazing. You're doing so many things, but then you realize you'll never have time to do things unless you just do it. And so I think that's an important lesson for all of us to learn. If we don't just do things and move forward and get started, we're never going to get things done, because we always have things that get in the way, right?
That's absolutely true. And, just when you think that you've gotten through that storm, another storm hits. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't stop. Like, it will ease, but it doesn't stop. So you say, okay, well, when this is finalized and that's finalized, well, that's great. When that's finalized, your next challenge is going to come up. And if you didn't learn your lesson the first time, that lesson is going to keep coming around and around and around until God says, okay, you finally learned your lesson on that. Let's move on to the next thing that we need to get you prepared for. Right.
Yeah.
So it's life,
Yeah. Well, I'm with you. Sometimes I'm like, God, I've learned it. I think, come on. You feel like, no, maybe not quite. Yeah. I mean, we are lifelong learners. We are constantly in this life to learn from the journey that we're on. And, life is your best teacher. It's your best lesson. And you get out there. And that's why, I love the quote, there's something good in everything. And some people will say, oh no, this is so horrible, there is no good. There is something good in everything, because even if it is a horrific situation, you learn something from that if you allow yourself to do that. If you allow yourself to take a look at it and say, okay, this is horrible, but this is what I'm learning from what I'm going through. And I think that's it's so important. I mean, people need to have a perspective on life that, there is so much going on, not to you, but for you. And so you look at it for you, and then you get those lessons from your life. And you've done an amazing job with that.
Thank you. It's not always been easy. and there are days that I allow myself to sit in that pit, because, I mean, we're human. After all, we try and do the best of the situations, but we are human. And I give myself 24 hours if it's something that is really gone, that I think completely horrific. And then I thought, okay, so what's my lesson in this? And I always, like, even when I'm with my spouse, and spouses are amazing and wonderful, but sometimes you get into a little disagreement, and I had to allow myself, like, because I was always a reactor, like, for years, until I learned that that's not how to do life. So instead of reacting, I allowed myself to calm down, and I think about the other perspective from the other person. And I've trained myself to do that. And that was one of the hardest things that I've trained myself to do, because, like, I used to just fly right off the handle, and you would think, oh, this sweet, innocent, blue-eyed woman, there's no way she could be like that. And I'm telling you, I was. And but I've also learned to curb it. And I've also learned, after like 20 plus years of working on myself, that, slow down, think first before you leap.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I love that. So one of my favorite phrases, one of my favorite quotes, I don't even know where I got it. Maybe I made it up. I don't know. Anyway, be an actor, not a reactor. And that has been my theme in so much. We need to act through life. We need to do what I use that with my kids. You need to act and do what you need to do, not react to everybody else and what they're doing. Your circumstances do not determine what you get to do. Your circumstances do not determine who you are or where you're going. You determine that. Now, a lot of people say, yeah, but you don't know my circumstances. Well, you're right. I don't. but that doesn't mean you can't take whatever you've been given and do something good with it, because it may take a while, it may be hard, maybe really hard. And you said it right on you hit the nail right on the head. You train yourself. It's the culmination and the accumulation of good habits in your life, because we are human, like you said, and we are creatures made up of habits. So we either make good habits, or we just develop bad habits. And one of those is going to drive our life. And we have to be very intentional, because you're getting up and, saying today's going to be awesome doesn't just happen naturally. You've actually got to make yourself do it. You've got to get out there and make a difference, right?
Exactly. And I believe that every test that we go through is part of our testimony and to help somebody else, because there is no way in the world that I could have gone through all of this for nothing. Is the mindset that I have. Even hearing my dad had cancer for the first time, even hearing kidney failure, even hearing like so many different things over the years, and now my grandmother has dementia, and that's a whole new chapter in our lives. Right. And it's like, why? Have our family not been through enough? Like, my uncle took his life Christmas Day 23 years ago. I'm like, seriously, can my neck get a break? But then I'm thinking, well, this is obviously to help somebody else. This is to help, because there's other people out there that have family members with dementia. There's other people that think that they're alone. And this is why we're going through this, to help others. And I just have to put that into perspective, and with the whole cancer thing, like now I've opened my show to cancer survivors, and last month, June, was Cancer Survivor Month. But I want to honor those people that want to have that platform to speak out about that. And I have had so much positive feedback with that. People thanking me for allowing me to share their story. And also, we're going to launch in December, we're going to there's a bunch of survivors and the families that want to go up and just love on people as they're getting their treatments up at the hospital around Christmas time. So that's been a lifelong dream of mine on Christmas, to go up to a hospital. I thought this a kid's hospital, but now it doesn't matter. It could be anywhere. It could be kids and adults. It doesn't matter. We're all going through the same stuff, and we all want to be a community and help each other out with that. So, I mean, yeah, it sucked that my dad has cancer, but look at the good that's coming out of it.
Right, exactly. Well, and so first of all, what I love is the global community. So you're up in Canada. You're in Ontario, right?
I'm in Windsor, Ontario. Yep.
Yeah. And, the people we deal with, recently our friend Tim has been dealing with some health challenges. He overcame cancer in the past, leukemia. And it's amazing because I feel like I'm jumping on the bandwagon, but Tim and I have been friends for a long time. He and Jim are going to be on Scott and my show, The Experience, this Wednesday morning. So we're having the Tim and Jim show on this Wednesday. And then Russ Reels this Friday is with Tim. And Nancy is going to be on too. And so that'll be a great show. But, what I love is the fact when people are able to get out there, be a little bit vulnerable, be a little bit, authentic and transparent, and show people that everybody has struggles. So a lot of times, when I've had people say to me, they see me just in circumstances where I'm like, whoop, whoop, all is good, life is wonderful. And not everybody knows what you're going through. They don't know. I mean, my dad passed away from cancer and dementia. My mom is dealing with Alzheimer's, has been for many years, and is in a memory care, and is just hanging on to barely. She pretty much thinks I'm my dad at this point, I think. Oh. So we all deal with that. And not to say that my problems are so horrible. It's like we all have what we're dealing with. And so I think we need to remember, when we come together as a community, that we are there to lift up and support and help each other. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing as far as getting the word out there and showing how people have overcome, or just letting people talk about their plight in the middle of what they're going through. Because a lot of times that's some of the best times to actually talk about what's happening, is right when you're going through it. And so, we just have to remember we are very blessed. We are very blessed. Every day I look back and I think, I had a horrific car accident in '83, almost died. but I didn't. God spared my life. And why did he spare my life? I think to spread encouragement, inspiration, bless other people. I've been able to weather the storms with the things with my parents and things going on because I think that he gives me a strong foundation, but I also have a really good outlook on life in general. And I find, we have my mom and I did a thing for several years in the early stages of her Alzheimer's, where I did happy moments with mama. That was my hashtag, happy moments with mama, and hashtag I love my mama. And we would sing and we would walk and laugh and just have a good time and show people that even in the midst of things, they can still show joy in their life. And it's I think been a huge blessing for people that are dealing with others with Alzheimer's. I've had many reach out to me because they're like, how can you be that way? And I'm like, well, because the situation is what it is. It's what you choose to do with it, the attitude and the perspective you choose to take. And what I love about you, Dorothy, you have such an awesome outlook and perspective on life. And anybody trying to overcome something should be running to talk with you. And so when they're doing that, since we're wrapping up the show, and I have actually let it run over a little bit, how do they get in touch with you and how do they learn more about your 10-week class coming up?
Definitely on my new website, which is www.unstoppableovercomers.com. Or you can even contact me on Facebook at Dorothy Graham O'Dell or LinkedIn at Dorothyann Graham O'Dell is where they can reach out to me.
Yeah, you are so not just approachable, but so you're so willing to connect with others. And I think that's so great. And, you and I really only known each other a short time, but it seems like we've known each other forever. Yeah. It does. And so I think that's because that speaks a lot to the type of person you are, that you're just really easy to get to know. And you're very authentic. I know that gets bantered around a lot, but you're very much, I can tell you are who you say you are. And that's what I just love about all that you stand for. So I want to make sure and I'll get that information down. Some of it's already in the show notes, so I'll make sure that people get that, but so they can get in contact with you. But any last words before we go wading off into the sunset?
Yes, I actually did a short video this morning on the top 10 tips that I've learned over my 45 years. And I just want to briefly share those tips, if I can, with our audience, because I truly believe that it's absolutely critical. And here they are. So not everybody loves like you do. And your 100% could be someone's 10%, but that 10% is their 100%. And that may sound kind of weird to you, but trust me, because I've dealt with that for my life, that I give my everything and somebody's just like, oh, here you go. Here's like a speck of my time. So I just want to honor that. Don't be a doormat. I've set up healthy boundaries, put God first, in everything that you do, because he will find a way where there is no way. Self-care is vital, and it's not selfish to take care of you. Be true to yourself and authentically you, because there is no one else like you. And some say, thank God. If you're not having fun while you're doing something, then just don't do it, because it wasn't meant for you to do. People sometimes are only in your life for a reason or a season, and that's okay. Don't become so attached to that you allow yourself to be upset about that. And there are some lifelong friends. But you just have to know, like, some people are there just to help you get through to the next season. Know your worth, because if you don't, somebody else is going to tell you what it is. Surround yourself with an amazing community, such as our LinkedIn community. I have an amazing bunch of ladies that I meet up with Saturday mornings. There's 8 total, myself included. And I just really, without them, especially the last couple of weeks, I've just really would have no idea what to do. And they don't let me stay stuck in my stuff. And they make me move forward, because they know what my goals are in life. And so they make me move forward. So surround yourself with those people and forgive, because forgiveness is key to everything in life. So I just want to.
That is so good. I don't need to add anything to that other than I know that you are going to be a lifelong friend. I really appreciate you. And Emily, who was just saying that you are amazing is another one of those lifelong friends. It's amazing, this community that has come together, and when we've been able to reach out to so many different places. So thank you, everybody, for watching today. Dorothy, I'm going to send you out for just a minute. We're going to say goodbye to you, and then I will wrap things up. We'll see you in just a minute.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in today at Marketing with Russ, a.k.a. #Russ Selfie. It's every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And we just love to have you join us, comment, be with us, and let us know what is going on in your life. And here Emily is making another comment this morning. She is an incredible person too. Love her joining us this morning. Thank you. Thank you so much, Emily, for joining in today. And listen, I just want to thank each one of you again. If you have any questions or want to connect with me, if you haven't, I wish you would, at russhedge.com. I just love to connect with people, love to make friends. We are better together. And until we talk again, you have a great day and a great life. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.